students, welcome. Our intermediate English textbooks, both first year and second year, are divided into 4 segments: prose, poetry, non-detail and grammar. Whereas for the first year, prose, poetry, extensive reading and grammar. So in the first year, you will have a lot of grammar topics, whereas in the second year, you will have most of the descriptive writing. Today in this video, we will discuss about the annotation and how to write it. The literal meaning of the word annotation is to define something, to explain something in brief. Okay. So for example, if you listen to any movie song or you watch any movie song, the first thing that comes into your mind is from which movie it is, and next you will be thinking about who wrote the song, who composed the music, who are the characters in this song, who is the choreographer, etc. All these things will come into your mind. Same is the case with annotations. So the first thing you need to write is the introduction. Okay, so you get annotations from the prose and the poetry and not from the non-detailed. Okay, so a sentence will be given where you need to explain that sentence. It will be taken from any of the lessons you are having in the prose or any of the poems you are having in the poetry section, and you need to identify from which lesson it is taken, who are the characters in that story, and also who is the author of this particular lesson. Okay, so that is what you need to write in the introduction. So the second thing you need to write is the context. So in the context, you will be writing about the speaker, the person who is speaking, and also the listener to whom he is telling or to whom he or she is telling, and the background of that whole scene. That is what comes into the context. Okay. Next one is explanation. This is the most important part. Here you need to explain, you need to elaborate the complete sentence which is given. So you need to write every meaning of each and every word which is given in that sentence in detail, and also you have to be straight to the point, and that explanation should be very relevant to the given sentence. So the last segment of annotation is critical comment. It is nothing but you need to become critics. You need to comment on that particular lesson. You have to write the feedback, review, and your own opinion. So you need to relate it with your general life, and you need to write your personal opinion there. Okay, so you have to write about the style of writing of the author, and also there will be a moral in every lesson. That's what you need to write in the critical comment. Okay. In your IPE exam, the weightage of annotations is 4 marks, where you need to write 4 annotations, 2 from the prose and 2 from the poetry. So the total weightage of annotations is 16 marks. So if you can write the annotations, the 4 segments which are there, the introduction, context, explanation, and the critical comment, clearly straight to the point without any grammatical errors, then easily you can get 4 marks. Okay, so one thing you need to keep in mind is it's not only the content, the presentation is also very important in writing your exams, in getting good marks. Here I have a small tip for you for writing in annotations. So you all know that first impression is the best impression. So when writing annotations, be very careful in writing the introduction, choosing the words for introduction. The introduction should be straight to the point without any clutter and all. So in the introduction itself, you will get 2 marks. Out of 4 marks, in the introduction part itself, you are getting 2 marks. So the evaluator who is evaluating your paper will definitely read the first sentences of the answer. That's the introduction part. So if the introduction is very impressive, then and there itself you will get 2 marks. So the introduction is very important. So the next thing is context, and in the next segment you will be writing about explanation, and last one is critical comment. So the other 2 marks which are there will be divided for these 3 segments, out of which the explanation itself will carry 1 mark. Okay, so in the introduction you are getting 2 marks, and in the explanation you are getting 1 mark, whereas for the context and the critical comment you will get 1 mark. This is how paper will be evaluated. So be very careful in writing the introduction as well as explanation. These 2 are very, very important. Okay, so while preparing, keep them in your mind and prepare. That's it. Hope the video is clear. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.